Right, so what are the challenges that you're knocking on the head as the development for Code Grey goes ahead?
There are challenges. The ones I'm knocking on the head. We have a script. That's a challenge. We have words on this computer. We're at a napkin from a restaurant, and we've got words that we've transferred across. Yes, there you go. Okay, Tim and Adzi go on stage. They say things. It's hilarious. Yeah. So that's the good start after a lot of the challenges. I would say that we haven't knocked the challenges on the head so much as entered into a negotiation with them, say from across the street, and it's that kind of negotiation that's more like, oh, yeah. It's that one, you know, how they freeze you out and then walk the other way. We've been totally blanked by props. We've been ignored pretty thoroughly by, not plot, we got plot together, but script we've been very ignored. Yeah, except that we basically got it into a shake the cup situation, and it was going no change, but we managed to get a third of it out. We've talked through TextScript with TextScript, and it basically pointed up and said, "What's that?" and then ran. We've hang on a minute. Costume is nearly dead. Costume is breathing its last. We've got most of the costumes together except for 3 little pieces that have still got to come together, and no, I've sourced them. They're on their way. So yeah, no, that's good. Some of the other challenges that we've knocked on the head. The challenge of meeting to discuss the show. We're so across that. We're really across that. We've been regularly getting together and talking about stuff and the show. So that's been good. I was going to get some comments from some doctors. No, they're not going to do that. I was going to get some comments from some nurses. They gave me heaps of comments, but none that I could actually use, because they're mostly rude words, with giggles. You know, they're nurses after all. What are the other challenges? The challenge of going for days on end without sleep. I'm so across that challenge. It's just something I'm very proud of. Sleep is for pussies, and I don't need it. Apparently. So yeah, I look forward to it. I haven't been in my bed for 3 days. I've been having cat naps in front of the computer, you know, because I've been going, and the cat, boom, you know, and I know what QWERTY looks like backwards on my head in a mirror. You know, go to the mirror there and I've got QWERTY, and obviously it's backwards when people look at it. So, you know, yeah. I know how to get spittle out of a keyboard now. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. You just upend it and you get one of those little blower things. You're surprised what else comes out. Yeah, it's one of the least savoury aspects of the program. What else have we knocked on the head? We know where we're playing. We're playing at the backstage room in the town hall at 7 p.m. every night. We know, except for Sundays, we're on at 6 because I don't know why they do that, but the festival puts everything on a Sunday an hour early. I don't know why. I got told once it's about trams, so everyone can get a tram home. I don't understand it, but hey, you know, if it needs to be, it needs to be. What other challenges have we knocked on the head? We've knocked on the head the challenge of pencil sharpening. You'll see these pencils here are in fact quite sharp. I've got a sharpener and it deals with a variety of sizes. You've got the big hole for bigger pencils and the little hole for more standard sized pencils. And you know, it's probably not a big deal to some people, but that was something that took a little bit of research to get across. So that's pretty much the challenge that are across. There are a few we're not across. For example, I've got to go and buy a whole bunch of materials for props, which will prove interesting. Because I haven't actually got any startup funds for that. So I've been practicing walking really quickly with large lumps of 2x4 under my jumper. I'm not confident that I'm going to get out of Bunnings with purloined gear, especially if it's you know, a length of 6 metre PVC. You know, you're either trying to steal a 6 metre length of PVC, or you've got a really bad boil on your stomach. And I'll go, no, it's a hernia. And they won't buy that. I was thinking of doing the German officer thing, you know, sort of wander in and they go, who the hell are you? I'm Oberleutnant Sturmbannführer die Schnauzenfucker, and give you a bit of, you know, yell at them a lot, and then they'll go, yes sir, Achtung sir, like a lot of that. It worked for Hogan's Heroes, and I figure it'll work for me. I've just got to get everyone to dress in period costume for that afternoon, and you know, I think people will really get into the role of that. But yeah, that's going to prove interesting. It's either that or I've got to go mug little old ladies, but you got to watch that, because sometimes those little old ladies, they punch hard. You know, you've got to be checking the little jeeps they have in the little trolleys. Yeah, if it's heavy in the wheels, that means they've gone shopping, therefore there's no cash money to have, unless you want to try and liquidate punnets of strawberries. But if the jeep's light, yeah, that's when you're going. That's when you're going. Yeah, pre-shopping. Trouble is, they go shopping at like 6 in the morning, which means I've got to be up at like 4 to lay in wait near trams. You know, case them out. That's usually when they've got their knives drawn though. You got to watch that. Little old ladies with knives. You know, it's not, they don't pull ninja stuff. You know, they don't, that's, you know, it's ridiculous. But they will. You know, they'll pull Glaswegian central stab. Stoich, get away from me. Stoich again. You know. Oh, ow, ow, ow! Stop stabbing me, little old lady. I just want your pension book. You're not having it. Stoich. Young whippersnapper, Stoich. You know, start doing toe cutter rhythms. You know, usually when you're stabbing people, it's on the rhythm, you know, of the syllables. But you know, toe cutter rhythms off syllables. Yeah, with your horrible little ways. You know, go back to your own country. But I was born here. Ah, liar. Yeah. You know, vicious, very vicious. But I figure in the fullness of time all of these things will come to fruition and it'll be fine. I expect to start rehearsing the actual words of the actual show this week. I expect to have the props built by next week, which is a bit of a big ask. I've got to find a projector from somewhere. And I have no clue where that's coming from. And I've got to one of the challenges that we have really knocked on the head is we've engaged the services of an animator called Dave Blumenstein, who's brilliant. He did The Precinct, and he also did Herman the Legal Labrador, and he's really good. Like, he's really quite skilled. He's a really brilliant guy. And so he's doing the animated version of Naked Aidsy so that people don't have to look at my actual naked body if they're too intimidated by it. So he's currently got photographs of me naked so that he can draw a picture. I've got to mark up a list of all my injuries, and then he can have that as well. And then that'll be the master list, and we'll all go off that. Beyond that, some things are up in the air. The actual admin of the show is being handled by the good people of the Moosehead and by producer Laura Milky, so that's going really smoothly. So we've got a venue, we've got a time, we've got a lot of production. We've had some really cool publicity lately. I was in the paper, yes, because I'm pretty, yes. And there was a really lovely article done by those good folks, so that was really nice. And yeah, there's other bits to do, but I think we're getting through them. And it's not proved to be hellish. I'm a bad typer. Like, really very bad. Like, so you combine dyslexia with bad motor skills and bad joints, and then all of a sudden you've got a recipe for wacky, hilarious spelling fun. I did a paragraph today, and I'm looking at my keyboard, giving it a bit of that, and then I've looked up at the screen, and you can actually have wavy red lines and wavy green lines under an entire paragraph at the same time. I didn't know you could do that, and it was the worst bit of writing I'd ever actually done from a technical point of view. And I was just going, I can't even understand what some of these words mean. I just put them in now, and I can't remember what they are. And what's worse is when I'll misspell something, but the misspelling will in fact turn into a real word. So, for example, today I had something like, I think it was more turned into most, and there was another one much like it, the turned into her, and so the spell check's not going to pick that up. And you go through and you read it and go, blah 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 blah, and it's most, and it will blah blah blah. 15 times I heard that her doctor. What? It just makes no sense. Anyway, it'll be right. It'll work out in the end. I'm not. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You know, take it on, Australia. Have a go. It'll be right. Ow. I've actually got voice recognition software on my computer. Doesn't work, and it's got so deeply into the computer that it crashes every time I open the computer. So I've got this ritual where as soon as it comes up, I've got to turn it off, and then it says, "Oh, it broke," so I turn that off. "Oh, can I send off a report because it's buggered?" No. And then every now and again it jumps in and says, "Do you want me to do something?" It's like, "No, because you're broken." Oh, and then it'll send up a little thing. "I appear to be broken." We knew that, and it's just this thing, you know. I know that everything's okay because this little thing jumps up and says, "I'm broken." Okay, good on. And it's just, you know, the rituals of your computing. You've got to wait for the icons to load up on the screen and the things to go wrong that'll go wrong. But I think in the end it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. We're going toward a good show, and I think it'll be fine. So there you go. That's the challenges that I've got so far.